I recently unboxed the Coach Brooklyn 39, and guys, I'm in love with that bag, but I also had the worst time trying to get my hands on this bag. It was sold out everywhere and I had to wait months to get it. So I wanted to give you guys a little list of some dupes that I think you could pick up instead if you were having any trouble picking up this bag, and or if you wanted to pick up something that was maybe a bit more affordable. Maybe you wanted to just try out this style of bag before investing in the Coach one. The first bag that I think is most like the Brooklyn 39 is this vegan leather slouchy tote from Banana Republic. And I've actually seen quite a few videos of creators unboxing this bag. It seems to be a pretty popular dupe. It retailed for $125, but now it has 50% off at $62.50, and it has an extra 20% off at checkout. I quite like this cognac colour, but it does also come in black and a bone colour, which is like an off-white colour. This bag, especially because it's on sale, is like a third of what the Coach bag costs. It does have a very similar shape to the Brooklyn bag, although it does have this stitch that kind of runs diagonally across the side of it as an extra detail. It's got one inside pocket, which is similar to the Coach bag, and it is really slouchy. It has this hobo style, and it seems to have like a protector at the handle as well. I think the Brooklyn bag is probably slightly bigger than this bag and has a bit of a different shape. I think this bag resembles a bit more the 29 size, but if you were somebody who were maybe concerned about the size of the 39, then this seems to be quite a good in-between size. You probably still will need some kind of divider to put inside the bag. I think that kind of goes with all these hobo style bags. If you don't want everything to go missing once you put your stuff inside. The only thing about Banana Republic is that they don't ship to the UK. If you're on the same side of the planet as me, then you won't be able to get your hands on this one, but I do have some other alternatives for you guys, and I will put links to everything down in the description box. If you wanted to invest in vegan leather, if you don't want a real leather bag, this is a nice option. So next is a place that I like to go, which is Etsy. I always shop Etsy for dupe. I think they do quite a good job at offering different options of sellers, small businesses that you can support by buying more inspired bags. None of the bags on my list are counterfeit bags, so they're not going to look exactly like the Coach Brooklyn bag. They won't have any of like the Coach branding or anything on them, but they're just bags that I think give a similar vibe to the Coach Brooklyn bag. So they actually have a few different sellers that I think do a good job providing a similar style of bag, but I found this particular one that retails for £42.28. It's got 10% off, and they have it in a suede, a brown suede, green suede. They've got a few different suede options. So you guys know I've got the Brooklyn 39 in suede. I love it in suede. It's so pretty in suede. So if you were looking for something that had a similar finish, then I think these bags are a good option. And instead of just having to pick the brown, you've got a few different choices. When I'm shopping on Etsy, I do keep my eye out for the reviews. Usually the reviews are what's going to push me either way to buy or not. And so I did note that this particular seller has quite a few reviews, and most of them seem to be pretty good. They've got 4.5 stars out of 5. The next place that I tend to go for dupes to is And Other Stories. Their price point can be on the higher end, but not as high as Coach. So you usually won't spend as much as you would at Coach, but you're still not going to pay like Zara prices. But you probably will be able to get your hands on a real leather bag. They have this classic suede tote, and it's £115, and they've got it in brown and like a off greyish colour, and in black. They've got it in a couple of different sizes. So they've got the classic size, and then they've got a large size. The large size gives Brooklyn 39 a bit more, and it's £145 for the larger size. And they also have the larger size in a burgundy, which actually this burgundy is really nice. If you were looking for the suede version, similar to what I picked up from Coach, then this I think is a good option. I always really enjoy And Other Stories material, and I think they do a good job at providing trendy offerings, but also styles that are a bit more classic, a bit more grown up, a bit more expensive looking. So I'm always super impressed by the accessory offerings. This bag does have a bit more of a long shape. It kind of gives a bit more Bottega Veneta hot bag. I actually quite like that shape. I think it sits really well under the armpit as well. And because the bag is not as deep, you won't have as much of an issue finding things or organizing things. So I think that this is a nice option as well. Next on my list is this bag from Naked, and it's called the Leather Triangular Tote Bag, and it's $85.95. This one looks a bit similar to the And Other Stories one in its shape. It is a bit longer this way and not as long as the Brooklyn 39, but you guys can see on the model that it does look like it sits really nicely under the armpit. It is pretty plain inside, which is similar to the Brooklyn 39, and it does have the simple finishing, you know, with just a stitch running down the middle, which I think is quite nice. A very, very classic style of bag, and it looks like it's pretty good quality. I haven't shopped on Naked tons. I think maybe only once before. I haven't bought any of their accessories before, so I think for me this would be a bit more of a riskier purchase in comparison to some of the other options that I've got on my list, just because I'm not so familiar with shopping with them. So next I've got another bag called the Love Knot Slouchy Bag Buckle Edition, and this is from Anthropologie, and they've got it in loads of different colors, guys. They've got it in this honey brown, a grey color, a green color, a pink color, a black color, tons and tons of different colors. And what I liked about this bag option is that there are also reviews that you can read. It looks like it also comes with a small bag on the inside, which is a nice option. This bag has a bit of a longer handle, so I think it's going to fit a bit lower down on you. If you didn't want something that was kind of super underneath your armpit, I think that this would be a good option. I'd imagine that it's probably easier to get into this bag as well because of where it falls. You probably will have to take it off less to get inside of it. There does seem to be a little closure button over the top of it, which is unlike the Brooklyn bag, but is something that I actually thought that I might have appreciated if it was on the Brooklyn bag, a way to close the bag. The Brooklyn bag is super open. There's not a way that you can close it. So if that was a concern for you, or you did prefer to have a bag with a closure, then this one is a good option. And I don't think the closure takes away from the bag or makes the bag look any more fussy than the Brooklyn 39 bag. So I think it still gives that vibe, even though it does have a closure at the top. There is also an adjustment at the shoulder. The Brooklyn 39 does not have an adjustment at the shoulder. It comes with a strap that you cannot move. So if you were somebody who maybe wanted the option to adjust the strap, make it tighter, make it shorter or longer, then this is a good option as well, because you can move it about and get it just right for you, which I think is nice. The price is okay, maybe a little bit on the high end in comparison to some of the other options, but I do know that Anthropologie does have a good reputation for quality. My next suggestion is this ALCOVE Tote leather bag from Coach. This is on my list because from the side I think it very much gives Brooklyn bag, although it is a bit longer like some of the other ones on the list. I think from the side it gives Brooklyn bag, but what I like about this bag is that there are two straps. Do you have the Marc Jacobs tote bag that has two straps that I really enjoy, because when it's on your shoulder you can kind of open it up with one strap without having to take it off, whereas the Brooklyn bag just has one strap, which I think makes the bag look nice, right? Kind of minimalist kind of styling of the bag. I think it works, but practically I'm not sure if it would be everybody's cup of tea, right? So if you were somebody who felt like you needed two straps, then I think that this one is a good option because it kind of gives the same vibe, but is a bit more flexible with the straps. It does have a little pouch on the inside, and this does fall on the more expensive side at £225. It's not as expensive as the Coach bag though, but it is from COS and it is real leather, so I think it's a reasonable price. I again think actually with all of these styles that they are pretty timeless. It's quite a classic style of hobo bag, so I think you'd get tons of wear out of it. Though from the front it's not as streamlined as the Brooklyn bag. This bag from the front definitely looks a bit more structured and takes up a bit more space, but I still like it. I think it looks nice. It's not super fussy or anything like that, and you can't ever go wrong with a bit of COS. I do love a bit of COS. If you were having any trouble getting your hands on it, I will put Links to everything down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.